Hello, everybody. Hello. How are you today? It is actually Sunday today, July 27th, when I'm recording this. You'll probably see it on Monday. So I am just actually clearing my space. Is excuse me, we're about to say our divine prayer. So here we go. Divine light, surround me now. Shield my mind, heart, and spirit from all harm, doubt, and negativity. Guard my intuitive gifts and the visions I receive. Keeping them clear, pure, and truthful. May only supportive energy from the highest vibrations flow through me and guide my understanding. Protect my insights from distortion, fear, ego, or unwanted interference. As I hold my crystals, they anchor me in peace and strength, grounded in the highest vibrations of love, wisdom, all the way down to Mother Earth, down to the core of Mother Earth. Thank you, Source, for the shield of divine protection that surrounds me always, allowing me to share my intuitive truths with courage and compassion. Thank you, and so it is. So here we go. Spirit has guided me today to come on and give you guys a message. I'll be very honest, I'm not even sure what I'm going to say. All I know is Spirit wanted me to, they gave me a message last night, and all night long it was replaying in my head and basically preparing me to come on camera today and talk. And I wasn't even sure what's going to come out because it's a little bit all over the place. So I'm just going to let this flow. And if you end up seeing this, then I guess it was the message Spirit wanted me to give. And it might go in a couple different directions because I feel like it is kind of doing that to me, and that's why I wasn't sure even where to start. But they even, as I was getting dressed, I went to put on a shirt, a blouse, and they're like, mm-mm, not this one. You need to wear blue. It has to be blue. Okay, so you're even telling me what color to wear today. And the reason they were telling me blue is because pulling in my, I was pulling in my crystal of peace, which one of them for me is blue lace agate. And it's in another room because actually it will be involved in a little crystal video coming either this week or next week. It really wants to talk, but it even wanted me to dress like it today because it brings in peace for me. And I feel like that's what they wanted me to wear to portray some peace today, to give you some calm energy. So what they want to talk about. First, let me set the context of this up because today's Sunday. Friday and Saturday yesterday was an intense energy day, I think, for the collective. I have several intuitive friends, and we've been in communications with each other, and we're feeling this intensity of change. We're feeling our bodies being cleared again, and some of us are going through physical ailments because we're releasing, we're clearing, we're getting some of this old these old patterns out. And, we're getting ready for change. I can feel this impending change. And I know we've been feeling this for a while, but with what's happening politically and what we can see happening and what we can't see happening is intense. And so the message they and excuse me, let me go back just a little bit. I ended up doing some healing sessions this weekend. And in those healing sessions, I can just see a lot of little things being cleared and the energy that is coming and why some of these people needed some energy work. So I was given also this, vision of what, sorry, I had a little frog in my throat there. So late last night, I was given the message, brace for impact. And for a while now, if you've known me from collaborating with Rosie over on Rosie's channel Tarot Politics, I have been saying it kind of feels like right now we're in this eye of the hurricane where all this stuff is happening around us and we can feel that we're trying to stay in this little bubble of our own peace and mind. And it's crazy and the storm is all around us. Well, I tend to get the bigger picture, as you know, and I move into these different phases of energy, and I can feel different things coming, and I tend to feel things a little bit more before the collective or and while it's happening. So I have to go into the future, yet I feel it's kind of trying to decipher where the energy is. If am I feeling this current energy? Am I feeling the collective? Am I feeling the future? So it is sometimes a little puzzle. But now I feel this message coming in of brace for impact. And when I get that message, I get this image of, like that, head between the knees, brace for impact. So I want to say this. I think this is the direction Spirit wants me to take this, is how to deal with what's to come. Because I feel in the next couple of weeks, we are going to see an explosion of truth, not truth. So many lies, so many misconceptions, so many words of blame. Look over here. Look at this person. Don't look at me. Look over here. This person's doing this. And it's going to hit some people we care about. It's going to be ugly. There's going to be a lot of mud being slung. And, that affects us. That affects our psyche. That affects our mental ability to process all this information that's coming out us. And honestly, I really do think a lot of us that are, here, the ones that you are watching, you get that, you understand what's about to come. But it feels like I'm sorry, I'm wanting to pick another crystal up. So they are taking me in so many different directions, and I'm really going to try and do this correctly for them, for Spirit, because it really is a message of bracing for impact. How we cannot let this affect us and bring us down and take our eyes off the vision that we hold for this future and what we see, because it is going to get crazy and messy and scary. And when people are backed into corners, they do crazy things. They say crazy things. They want to hurt everyone. When you're dealing with narcissistic people, they don't have compassion. They don't see truth. They don't want to see truth. They only can see themselves. So we are going to see people desperately trying to protect themselves. And as we may see pardons happen this week or next week and false testimonies come out, it's going to be a breaking point. It's going to be a tipping point. Last week, I had had a vision of Hoover Dam and the floodgates opening. And if we see pardons this week, those floodgates are coming open. I just have this vision of people with their fingers on a phone getting ready. I'm going to send it. Articles ready to be printed, people ready to speak. We're getting ready for the exposure of everything. And a lot of other stuff may just take time. But what we are going to go through and see is going to be horrific because of what it entails. It's and I really want to say, don't let these things trigger you because the material that was going to come out, it's very triggering for a lot of people. So another thing Spirit wants me to go to is my crystals. And I want to talk just a brief minute. And I'm not going to go into all the scientific stuff right now on properties and what they each one of them, because I think Spirit wants me to just say these are a couple little things you could do right now before I teach you all this stuff. But clear quartz, and I'm going to switch them because this is the way I hold them. I hold my clear quartz in my left hand, my obsidian or techite or um, whatever you guys want to hold, but I tend to go to a black stone and obsidian and techite right now. Obsidian is always my go-to. And obsidian, you can tell it's more shiny and heavy. Techite is light, and it can be a little pitted. I hold these at night. I really do. I have for years. Matter of fact, I hold them so much that I can go to sleep like this. They're still in my hands in the morning or when I get up in the middle of the night because I usually wake up at 3. I'm up for an hour or so every night, go back to bed. They're still in my hands. I wake up with them in my hands. And for me, a clear quartz and an obsidian is yin and yang. I have to have balance. Not to mention, these two saved me. And I'm going to put this one here and this one on my hair so you can see it. These two have saved me through many, many hard anxiety episodes. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. It's not. Clear quartz, what do we do with clear quartz? It runs our watches. We create lasers. We create equipment with this knowledge of what's in this quartz. And black, a black stone collects negativity and traumas and keeps you grounded. And I have to do that 24/7. I'm an open portal to spirit. So before I learned how to protect myself, I'd have all kinds of spirits coming in, which you don't really want that. You want high vibrational energy spirit to come around you. That's all. We don't want other spirits to come around us. And so these two stones, the reason Spirit wants me to talk about them because they're readily available. You can go to any crystal shop. You go to a lot of stores and find crystals. They're very reasonable. You can put them in your pocket. You can wear them. I I don't exist without a crystal on me somewhere. Or I have an ankle, I wear obsidian on my ankle. I usually have a necklace. I've even been known to band-aid one on my body when I'm sick. They 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 help. And just think about it. They're rocks. They're rocks. So they're part of this earth or the solar system or the ocean. They come from Mother Earth or our universe, our stars, our cosmos. They hold infinite wisdom. Not to mention, they're rocks. They can hold any kind of negativity or trauma. They can take it from you because they're solid, they're strong. So give it to them. That's what I do. I hold these at night and just focus on letting them take out of me this anxiety that gets in my belly from the collective. So Spirit wants me to tell you, just use what you need to use right now to protect yourself and to ground and to stay in this state of observe, not absorb. When all this stuff starts to go down, look, do this. Act like you are in a four-story building and your neighbors are all out there. They're fighting, they're in a brawl. But no, not you. You're just looking out the window watching it all. That's what you're doing. You're staying back out of the fray. You're not going to get involved in all that. Why? Don't let it. It just, when you observe, you're just looking down on it. You're observing the situation. Okay, that's happening, that's happening, that's happening. It's not affecting me. And even if it is affecting you, you are one of these people that are affected by it because a lot of us are in certain ways. Don't let that negativity sit on your shoulders and don't carry it. It was placed upon you by a monstrous regime that we're going through right now, okay? Don't carry it. This is all going to go change. So focus on what the change looks like. Don't focus on how much weight is on your shoulders because you'll never get it off your shoulders if you just allow it to sit there. So focus on the vision of the change that we all see coming because we do. My visions have not changed from the very beginning when they gave these all to me. You know, it hasn't. I'm still in the same place I was before. We just have to go through the BS to get there. And we are going through it, and I truly believe we're at the end. We're coming to the end. We're coming to it. I can feel this shift change coming. I can feel this energy of, I feel stressed in the belly from the collective, but I feel peaceful. I feel joyous. I feel beauty. And maybe that's just how I tend to see the world because I just can't dip my toes into this energy. I'm not on that plane and I don't want to be. It doesn't, I just can't. Even if something negative from them happens to me in my own life, I have to look at it as a vibrational thing. And this is maybe another lesson that Spirit wants me to give you. If you look at everything from the through the eyes of spirit, that may be the best way to say it, because everything has a vibration. For example, each one of these, my quartz, my obsidian, and this little stone right here, I'm going to put it right. Look how little this thing is. I wish you could. Let me do this. Can you see it if it's right there? It's tiny. It is tiny, 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 because it's a very, very, I'm not gonna lie, it's a very expensive stone. It's very vibrational. It's phenakite, very vibrational. It has a vibration of our ascended masters. So it doesn't matter. It's tiny, but it has a different vibration than this one. So everything has its own vibration, different vibration than this one. Everything. So as we move through this, we're going to feel like we're merging into traffic. I guess that's the best way I could say it. So picture a six-lane highway. We're not merging from the slow side. You're trying to get in to the fast lane. So, you know, you're on a country road trying to get into the fast lane. This is energy, 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 vibration, energy, vibration, high vibration, low vibration. When you look out and you're witnessing all this stuff, you're observing a very low vibration. That's why you don't want to be in the fray of it. You don't want to go there because you're going down into that low vibration. You feel that. I don't care what you think. You feel that. You feel the difference in vibration. Fear, anger, judgment, jealousy, envy. Those are all lower vibrations. Joy, peace, happiness, love. Obviously, obviously. When you walk into a room, you can feel if there's tension in the air. You can feel those vibrations, is what you're feeling. So if you tend to start looking through the eyes of spirit with vibration, you can take yourself out and put yourself into the observe position because it makes you understand. And even with people, and I think what I'll do is break it down to people in your own life. So could be a coworker, could be a family member, could be somebody you live with, somebody anywhere you know. You know, maybe you don't agree with this person. This person doesn't live their life the way you feel people should live their lives. They might have a lot of stuff going on that you feel they could correct themselves, they could come out of this, but they just don't. They're on a lower vibration. Don't judge them. Just realize they're on a different frequency. They're in a different vibration. They're in a different level of their journey than you are. So if you can look at them like that, it really kind of helps you. Oh, okay. So I understand that they just haven't reached a higher vibration yet. So maybe I just understand that and let them go on their journey. I can guide, I can teach, I can support, but I can't be there with you. That's for you to escape from. And only the person can do it. I've learned that my whole life. I've learned, people come to me all the time for help. They have my whole life, even when I was at my sickest. I guess I just am that person. And yet, you can do everything for someone, everything, and they still won't help themselves. You can't do it for anyone. You can only do it for yourself. And here I come back to this spirit is saying, protect yourself at this time. Protect yourself. Brace for impact. Brace for impact and what that's going to look like. Know that there is going to be a lot of craziness. The frequencies are shifting, the vibrations are shifting, energy is speeding by. It's like that's another thing. I just have felt this wheel of spinning energy moving. getting ready, old energy coming back, new energy coming in, and old energy being wiped out. It's all, and we're trying to merge and get into this lane, get into that lane of energy. It's, you know, I'm trying to even make sense of this conversation myself. But I just know I just have to start talking and let spirit get this out because if I don't, it will play over and over and over and over. So here we go into the next couple of weeks, maybe even months. Feels really intense for the next couple of weeks. And that's what they want me to say. So use your crystals, use Epsom salts baths. Even if you can't get into a bathtub, you can find something to soak your feet in with Epsom salts. Use your grounding techniques. If you're a meditation, if you do meditation. And, if you're one of those that really like me and do meditations and do energy work, right now, Spirit's in asking us all to do that work and to encompass the people in our communities, our countries, our world, because there are some people that can't do that. They don't know how, or they don't feel that they connect. So if we can help them and do as much of that as we can spread this truth faster and go through this journey that we're all on a lot sooner. We can help each other get through it. My role is from Spirit is to teach. I'm not here to be the most popular person on YouTube. I'm not here for that. I'm not, Spirit wants me to teach you. And whoever wants to hear me or needs to hear me will find me. But I am here to guide and to teach, and as much as I can through experience and the knowledge that Spirit gives me. So, one of the reasons I've called my channel Conversations with Karina is because that's how this stuff comes out of me. I just have to start talking and have a conversation and just allow the words to come through because I'm not preparing those words. Spirit is. I sometimes don't even know what I'm going to say when I get on here. So, excuse me, I'm going to pause for just one moment. So, two more crystals Spirit wants me to talk about. And once again, I'm just going to tell you because I have some crystal content coming soon that will discuss properties and stuff like that of some of these crystals. But I'm just going to hold. I've got a labradorite and a tiger's eye. I already showed you my quartz, my obsidian. These are the ones I sleep with in my hands. But I also have a tiger's eye and an obsidian or a labradorite. And this is actually a golden labradorite, but it's really hard to tell. I sleep with these at the feet of my feet, under my covers. They're tucked down by my feet when I sleep every night. These stay in my bed. Sometimes my husband's like, "Is there any room for me in here?" Because I have rocks. I will sleep with rocks. To me, they're just warm, fuzzy pillows next to me. They're not rocks. They're my companions. They're my guides. They're my guardians. They're my tools. I'm a crystal girl. I relate to them. So even if you take a tiger's eye, labradorite, black obsidian, anything that's grounding, put it down by your feet when you sleep. Really does help. I also sleep on a grounding mattress or a grounding sheet. I'm just one that has to be grounded, has to stay grounded. So just two little more FYIs for you that you could try. Really does help. So I think what Spirit really wants me to have you focus on, obviously, is trying to stay above all this trauma that's going to be presented to us, all this fear-based rhetoric and these horrible things that we're going to hear, explosions that we're going to see figuratively. Um, I just see, the dams breaking with all this information coming out. Try to stay out as much as you can and brace for impact. Just stay out of the fear, the emotional impact that it may have on you, because Spirit is saying, if you're listening to this, you're probably one of the ones that is really helping to spread that light of truth. They need you. They need you. You don't need to go into what everybody else is already going into and experiencing. Don't go there. Help the collective, help spirit. Wow, okay. I was a little unsure of where this was going to go from that last part of the conversation, but spirit saying, please help us. Help us. We're all one. We always have been. We're not separate. We never have been. We're one. One source. One source. We all come from it. So right now, they're asking you to step up and do your part for them, which means standing so firm in that vision that we all see for the future. None of that has changed. You may hear other things out there. People don't want their positions anymore. Mm-mm, uh-uh, mm-mm. Don't let that sink in. No, no. Spirit will put the right people in their rightful places when this is said and done. For our world to evolve spiritually to the places we need to go and the energy and this era that we're moving into, there does have to be massive change. Not little change, massive change all over the world, in our lives, in our society. And we're about to see some big changes coming, okay? So buckle up, be prepared. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. Look at it as, oh gosh, this is the miraculous stuff that we've been wanting to happen so we can make change. So we can move forward. We can see that vision that we all hold of Madam President coming back into her role. I'm sorry, but I cannot not have that vision. That is what I see. That is what Spirit wants me to hold. And I want you to hold that too. Don't change it because of what you hear, or go with what you feel. That feels more real to me than anything, and I cannot not change those feelings. I won't. I won't change that for anyone or anything. I still see the rightful president of Kamala Harris in her place. We all know the truth. We all know she did win. And we're coming closer to that time of acknowledging that. And for me, seeing it come to fruition. But to get to that point, we have to brace for impact. Okay? Brace yourself for impact. Because it's not going to be just America. There's going to be changes all over the world, some quicker than others. So get ready. But it's great. It's great. Please hold the vision. Don't let anybody take that away from you. For me, it's solid truth, it's spiritual truth. I know people have free will in this world. I don't see anything that has changed since my original visions of seeing the real president of Kamala Harris and our vice president of Tim Walz. And when you think about her silence, and she hasn't been that silent, I feel her energy as forceful and as powerful as I did before. And I'm sorry, I thought that was silent, but don't let anybody tell you that she's not as powerful or to change your vision, to change what you see. It hasn't changed. It's still the same. So I'm not going to go on and on. You all know how I feel. And I base everything off of feeling more than I do lot emotion or what somebody else is saying or what I'm hearing or no, I have to base it off how I feel because that's how spirit gives me messages. It's all a feeling for me. That's why they say brace for impact because we're about to feel a lot of stuff. So stay in the light, okay? And I hope this isn't too much of a heavy reading. I probably even have to go back and listen to what it was. But keep joy, feel joy, spread joy. That's one of my own deck, my own cards in my own deck that I've created for myself that I started years ago. Because Spirit wants me to say, as crazy as this gets, stay joyful. You can control that. You can stay in joy and just observe everything else. You don't have to go into the misery, okay? Please don't. Go to your crystals. You know, this is pink agate. I've had people ask what it is. It's pink agate, a little enhanced, and it's got a little geode opening, druzy, however you want to say it. And I hold this because it's beautiful to me and it makes me feel grounded and calm. And I feel its beauty and its power. Whatever you have to pick up and hold, whatever you can, my goodness, how many times do I have to shut that off? Do it. I want to say, stay in nature. This is nature. The four elements are coming to me. Connect. This is the message. Connect and ground to earth. Connect to natural things. That's where your peace is. Spirit is telling me, oh, okay, I see. Of course it is, because it's the natural world. It's source. Trees, rocks, rivers, water, mountains, fire, source, source. So ground, four elements, source. None of that rhetoric, none of that. That's not source. That's made up by people that want you to believe certain things, lies. They want you to go in a certain direction. They want you to feel fear. They want you to be controlled. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Go to our natural order of this world, which are natural things. Go hug a tree, okay? Put your feet in water. Go to a river. Try. It's really folk trying to get me to focus on natural order of this world. And it wants me to say, because that's where you will find the highest vibrations. So if you can go into those places or just even hold things that are natural, you are going into a higher vibration. That's what they want me to tell you. Stay out of the fray. Stay out of the lower vibrations, okay? All right. Well, I'm not sure Spirit wants, I'll give it you know what? I will pause and give it a minute and see if there's any other messages coming through. So there is one more little tip that Spirit wants me to talk about, and that is basically turning yourself into a mirror. I, I have, I'm going to pause. I want to grab something. So I quick ran to get my deck of tarot. It's not tarot, it's words, sayings, words. I pretty much started this deck in probably 2018 for myself, just to kind of, the way we would use our pendulums. But uh, it- this deck revolves my life and my friends' lives and questions that I've been asked along the way. But one of the things that I learned along the way, and I knew the card was right on top because I had seen it yesterday. Oh, second card is what I said earlier. So don't come at me for how rudimentary these are or juvenile. I was really sick when I wrote all these cards. Very basic, shaky hands, all the good stuff. But I had a lot of experiences, and because I'm kind of an open portal, I really have to put a mirror around myself. And what a mirror does, what is a mirror? It reflects everything right back on to the person. So my card says, and I'm sorry, there's a little word on there. It says, mirror that shit back to where it came from. And I say, mirror, mirror on the wall, send their shit back to them all. I don't need it, and nor do I want it. Don't send it to me. I reflect it right back onto them. I'm not taking it. I'm not carrying it. I don't even want it. It's not sticking to me. So surround yourself with a mirror. It really does work. And I'm going to tell you a little story about that, how I found out it works. One day I was working with my friend Rosie. You guys know Rosie from Tarot Politics, and we were given a lesson about using the mirror technique. And back where we lived in Georgia, we had a set of neighbors. They weren't bad people, they were just partiers. And they put in a new pool and had parties till 2, 3 in the morning, all the time. Sometimes it bugged me, sometimes, I don't care. But every once in a while, it's like, okay, after, midnight, 1 in the morning, turn down your music, okay? Maybe other people are trying to sleep. So one night I wasn't feeling good and I was just like over it. I waited till after midnight and I was just like, okay, I'm over this. And I'm like, something said, try the mirror. Because we had just learned it that day. Try the mirror. So I'm like, all right, if you keep bugging me, try the mirror. I'm going to try the mirror. And so on my closet door, I had one of those mirrors that hang, and I lifted it off and I put it at the window where facing their pool. And it's what, 12:30 at night. I can't sleep because there's loud music going on. And so I sit back down at my vanity and I had a little area in my closet that I could sit at. And I'm sitting there and about 10 minutes later, all of a sudden, dead silence. Dead silence. And all of a sudden I went, oh my God, I don't hear anything. And I got up, came out of my closet, went to the window. They were gone. They had shut everything off, gone into their house. It was silent. And 10 minutes later, there was a crowd out there partying. And I was just going, oh my God, did that really work? Did that really work? And Spirit's going, yeah, that worked. Why do you think we told you to do it? Oh, okay. It does work. I tell that to people all the time. Put a mirror around yourself. Even, even at like your workplace, if you have a lot of conflict, put a little mirror on your desk. Mirror that shit right back to them. Don't let people put that on you. Just be a mirror, okay? But I found this interesting as I hold that. Here's what I said earlier. Find joy, choose joy, spread joy, keep joy. Oh, I think my cards are telling me a message. Give it up to God, the divine, Buddha, Allah, whoever you want to give it up to. Okay, thank you. Eyes on the prize. The devil's in the details, people. Eyes on the prize that we've always seen. We're coming out of the high of the hurricane, brace for impact. We're coming to the prize. Keep your eye on the prize. Now is the time. We're in a shitty situation. Oh my God. We're anxious and nervous. Justice is coming. And it says down here, what you gonna do when they come for you? Don't, don't. Justice is coming. We're in all this energy and frequencies. Oh, we're about to see the truth, people. I'm just gonna keep till the story ends. Ah, come on. No one, Spirit is giving us a message today. Ask for change. I'm sorry, my cards are, this is me. They're my cards, okay? They're not anybody else's, they're mine. I have cards you've probably not seen before. We are 9 3/4 the way there. We're almost there. Almost there. Trust. Okay, I'm going to just end it with this card. Release, let go, say goodbye, adios, hasta la vista, farewell, auf Wiedersehen. We're going to just let all that go, okay? We are going into our week. We are going into the next months. Just try to stay in the joy, keep the joy, spread the joy, move out of stress and fear, okay? I don't think I need to say anything else after all that. I don't. If you didn't get the message from Spirit, well, or then you didn't get the message. Okay? Wow. I'm going to end it here because that's, I've said all my piece. I said what Spirit wants me to say. I can feel I'm done. I feel this. Okay, you got it all out. I'm sorry if it was like all over the place, but sometimes that happens to me. It's just I have to just start talking and let them go where they want to go. And so I apologize sometimes for that, but those are conversations with Karina. Either you like them or you don't. Okay? It's all right. It's okay. Thank you so much for the ones that are here watching in my madness. I say thank you. Love, much love to you all. Okay, take care. Go into these next few weeks with peace and joy as much as we can. I'll be here to back it up. Thank you all. Much love.